So we'll start here on our seated position, and then we'll go ahead and take a nice deep inhale through the nose, and exhale out the nose. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the nose. And on your next inhale, we'll turn our gaze to the right, so our chin is over our right shoulder. A nice little twist in the neck and the cervical spine. Inhale. And as we exhale, we'll turn to the other direction, so our chin is over our left shoulder. Inhale. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, going back to the right. Inhale. And then exhale, going back to the left. Inhaling here. Exhale, bringing your gaze back to forward. And we'll inhale. On the exhale, we'll bring our right ear to our right shoulder. You can bring your right hand above and put a little weight here. You don't want to pull your neck down, but you can just rest here, a little bit of weight, a little bit of lateral flexion on that cervical spine here. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you get a little bit more of a stretch. Inhale. Exhale, if your hand is there, moving it up, bringing your neck back to straight, kind of looking down towards your right armpit and bringing your chin down. If you want a little bit of weight here as well, you can rest your hand back down. Again, it's a different kind of stretch here with your gaze sort of into the armpit. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting your hand back up, placing it down. Inhale. Bringing your gaze back forward. Exhale, we'll bring our left ear to our left shoulder. Inhale, if you want to bring your left hand on top of your head, just a little bit of weight. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, moving your hand back up, and then repositioning your gaze down into your left armpit. Exhale, bringing your neck a little bit of a bend here. And inhale, if you want, you can place your hand on top of your head for just a little weight. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, we'll bring our hand back up. And exhale, we'll just roll our chin to our chest here. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, we'll come forward onto our hands and knees. You can have the toes tucked or untucked, you have each choice. That's my cat, sorry. Inhale, bringing the chest forward, shoulders roll back, tailbone tips up, gaze rises. Cow. Exhale, our chest comes up, our shoulders come forward, our tailbone points down. Cat. Inhale, continue to move through cat and cow. Flexion and extension of your spine. You can move the neck with it and moving with your breath. Exhale. On the next inhale, we'll bring ourselves to a neutral spine. Inhaling here. And exhale, find strength in the core. And inhale, bring your right arm out. Exhale, kick your left leg back. Inhale here, strong. Exhale, I love Alfred, elbow to knee. Inhale out and strong. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale out and strong. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale out and hold. Exhale, place the right hand down. Here's where it gets a little tricky, so find a nice focal point. Inhale as you roll onto the right side and lift the left arm. That's right, left arm and left leg. So it's a little bit of a balance here. Inhale. If only you get it a little bit up and you just do a little bit of core work, that's fine. Play around with it, have some fun. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can start to bend that left leg, reach back with the left arm. Maybe you grab onto the foot. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you kick that foot into the hand, getting a little bit more of an opening in the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, releasing the foot if you have it. Bringing your hand and leg back. Exhale, placing your left hand down. Inhale, bringing your left leg out to the left. Placing it on the ground. And now we'll have a little rest as we push back to a modified child's pose with the left leg long. The right leg is in kind of a half hero's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And on the next inhale, we'll slowly walk back up. Engaging the core, bringing our left leg back underneath us. And we can come back on hands and knees, sway out the hips. They may feel a little bit used. Inhale. And exhale, we'll find stillness here. Inhale, we'll lift the left arm out. Exhale, kick the right leg out. Inhale here in the strength of the pose. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale out and hold. Exhale, placing your left hand down, rolling on a little bit to the left side. And inhale, bringing your right arm out. It might be easier to tuck the toe of the foot on the ground for a little bit more balance. Inhale and exhale, maybe bending the right leg, maybe reaching the right arm back. And maybe you hold on to that foot, kicking in. Whoop, see, I lost my balance. Kicking into that right leg, getting a nice deep bend in the back, a little flexion here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, releasing the leg, bringing your hand and leg out long. Inhale, placing your right arm down. Exhale, kicking your right leg out to the right, placing it down on the ground, pushing back into a modified child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, we'll start to come back up onto hands and knees, engaging the core, lifting that right leg up, bringing it back underneath us, hands and knees position. Inhale, we tuck the toes. Exhale, engage the core, start to straighten the legs out, coming into downward facing dog. Maybe this is the first downward dog of the day. So maybe bending the knees deeply, bringing one heel down to the mat at a time. Maybe you want to keep the knees together and sway them left and right. Maybe you want to do that one at a time. Maybe you want to lift one leg up, bending the knee, opening up the hips. Lots of options here. I'll try to get my shirt to stop coming up. Sorry about my stomach. Inhaling here, whatever you need to get into your downward facing dog. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, finding stillness in your downward facing dog. And inhale, we'll slowly bring our hands to the back of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Once you get here, you'll exhale, finding that fold. You can bend your knees deeply, wrapping your hands or your arms around your knees. You can bring your hands around your neck. Again, just a little bit of weight. You don't want to pull down. You can grab your hands behind your back, open up your shoulders, open up your chest. Multiple different options here. We'll be here for a few breaths. You can shake your head no, shake your head yes. You can check in with your jaw, see if you're clenching or holding on to tension here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. We'll find stillness coming out of whatever bind we have. Inhale, slight bend of the knees, strong in the back body as we slowly rise up to our standing position at the back of our mat. Hands come down to heart center and then on our hips. So we'll do a tiny little bit of balancing here on the back of our mat. So weight starts to come into the left foot, rooted into that left foot, engage the core. As the right knee starts to slowly come into the chest. Inhale. Exhale, straightening the leg out, placing it down, stepping into the right leg this time. Weight comes into the right leg as the left knee starts to slowly come into the chest. Inhale. Exhale, stepping the foot forward. Weight comes into the left foot. Now keeping your knees not together, still hip width apart, but keeping the knees aligned. Bend your right leg back, weight in the left leg. Right hand maybe reaches onto the right leg and just hold it. You can push down a little bit, but not trying to get a back bend here, just really focusing on getting a nice stretch in front of the right thigh in that hip flexor. Inhale. Exhale, release the bind. Place the foot down, stepping into the right foot. And now we'll get the left leg. Rooted into the right leg. The left leg starts to bend. We reach back with the left hand. Maybe we grab a hold of it. Maybe we don't. Both options are great, whatever your body is working with. And then the foot kicks into the hand. So again, a nice deep stretch in that hip flexor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, releasing the bind. Exhale, stepping that left foot forward. And then just coming to the front of the mat here. And we'll go through Surya Namaskar C, Sun Salutation C. Inhale, our hands come out and up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, step the right leg back into a lunge. Exhale, lower that right knee and tuck the right foot. Make sure that your left knee is over that foot. You may not have a 90-degree bend anymore. You may have a really kind of more acute angle. And then you want to make sure you're not coming into a straddle. You want to keep that right hip and that left hip squared off with the front of your mat. So in your low lunge, your Anjaneyasana, you can come up on that left leg if that works for you. And then you can place your hands on your hips. Maybe you come a little bit lower here. Again, a nice deep hip flexor stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you stay here. Maybe inhale, your arms come out and up. Maybe you go further. Exhale, your hands come behind your neck. Elbows together. Inhale. And then think spine long and up. And then maybe on the exhale, with that long spine, you can open up and find flexion like you did with cow pose. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, coming back up. Exhale, hands come down on the mat, framing the left foot. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward into a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. We'll stay here for a moment. So if you're in cobra or upward facing dog, wherever you are, finding a nice bend here. Your body is, if you're in cobra, your body's on the mat. If you're in upward facing dog, your body's kind of floating. So we'll all kind of come onto the mat a little bit. And then gazes forward, bending that right leg. If it only comes up here, perfect. So again, opening up that hip flexor. Inhale. Exhale, lowering it back down. Pressing back, tucking the toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step the left leg forward between the hands. Lower the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale. Exhale, we'll come up again on this left knee. And now we'll do a little bit of deep hip stretch. So maybe you're just gonna bring your hands to your hips, or maybe your hands are gonna come up and overhead. You're going to bend to the left. Maybe you have a block or something nearby that you can rest your hand on, or maybe you just use cupcake hands. So bending to the left and finding a nice deep stretch here in the inner hip area, your piriformis. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Tuck the right toe, lift the right knee. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to a stand. Exhale, fold. We'll get the other side. Inhale, step the left leg back into a lunge. I'm loving the dogs. Exhale, lower the left knee, untuck the left toes. Again, finding your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge. Inhale, strengthen the core. We can up on that, on maybe the leg or holding onto our hips. Maybe we get a little bit lower, a nice deep stretch here. Inhale, maybe you stay here. Maybe you rise your hands up and overhead. Exhale, maybe you clasp them behind your back. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe find a little bit of a back bend here. Again, think of the spine up and then back. Exhale. Inhale, coming out of that back bend. Exhale, placing your hands down onto the mat, tucking the left toes, lifting the left knee, stepping the right leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Now, if you're an upward facing dog, you can bring your lower body onto the mat. We'll stay here and inhale, bending the left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straightening it out. Exhale, tucking the toes, pushing back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale, step the right leg between the hands, lowering the left knee, and tucking the left toes, coming up, either hands on the hips, hands on the thigh. And then you can slowly start to bring your hands up to the sky if that works for your balance. Inhale, and exhale, we'll start to have a side bend to the right. Deep hip opener of that piriformis on the left side. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, coming up out of that that fold. Exhale, framing the right foot, tucking the left toes, lifting the left knee, stepping that left foot forward into a fold. Exhale. Inhale, strong in the legs as we rise up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale. We're going to bring the right knee up into the chest. Exhale, slowly stepping it back into what feels like lunge feet, but this will be crescent lunge. So remember, bring that right hip forward. Your knee, your left knee is over your foot. You can keep your hands here. You can have a little bit of a bend in the right knee. Tuck your pelvis, engage the core. Maybe you'll straighten the right leg, a little bit more balance on both legs. Inhale, maybe you bring your arms up and overhead. Exhale, maybe you bring your hands behind your back. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe you find a nice little back bend. Keeping that balance here by squaring the hips. Inhale, coming out of that back bend. And exhale, hands back on the hips, straightening that left leg, stepping the right leg up a little bit. Right hip and left hip are squared with the front of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, we'll fold, finding a pyramid pose. Now, in normal yoga class, you're given tons of blocks, which I'm a huge fan of, but maybe you just come down onto your shin. Maybe you do bring your hands onto the mat. So, yogi's choice here. Inhale. Exhale as we fold, releasing the neck, releasing the jawline. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, we'll slowly start to step into the left foot, and we'll slowly start to have that right foot rise as our hands go onto the mat. And inhale, we'll bring that right leg up into our standing split. Exhale. Doesn't matter how high that right leg goes. If it just comes right here, that's perfect too. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, strong in your standing split. Exhale, slowly lowering the right foot to the left side of the left foot. So your feet are going to cross. You're going to keep your toes aligned together. Your heels, mine are open right here with how my feet are. And when you fold, it's going to be a nice deep IT band stretch on the right leg. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. We'll take that right leg back into a forward fold with our legs normal. And you can bend one knee at a time, kind of feel the hips. Exhale, we'll find stillness in our fold. Inhale, we'll slowly rise up. Exhale, we'll bring our hands to our hips or whatever works for balancing for you. Maybe you want to keep them at heart center. We'll inhale, weight into the right leg as we bring our left knee into our chest, going on to the other side. Exhale. Inhale, stepping our leg back into what feels like lunged legs, but this will be crescent warrior. And then keeping that left leg, maybe bending it a little bit, tucking the pelvis and then straightening it out. And inhale, bring your arms up and overhead, or just keep them at your hips, having a nice bend in that right leg, knee over your ankle. And inhale, maybe placing your hands behind your neck. Exhale, maybe finding a bend in the back, a nice back bend. Exhale here. And inhale, coming back up. Exhale, hands can come to the hips. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, step the left leg in a little bit. And I didn't mention this on the other side, but you don't want to be on a tightrope here. You want to have your legs kind of hip width apart. Inhale in your standing pyramid. Exhale as you fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale in your fold. And inhale, slowly coming onto that right foot. Left foot starts to rise, hands come onto the mat. And then eventually finding your standing split, whatever that is. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, bringing your left foot onto the right side behind your right foot. Finding a fold here. Now the IT band stretch should be on your left outer thigh. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale. Coming out of the fold, finding yourself on the top of your mat, facing to the left, and just seeing if there's anyone else coming in. We will bring our weight onto our right foot, stepping our left foot into our knee, and stepping over, fun little way to come into a wide-legged fold, I would think. Inhale here. Exhale, we'll fold. So for a wide-legged fold, you want to think of your thigh bones kind of rotating forward like that, and your tailbone lifting. And that'll bring you kind of a little bit forward. And maybe you can get a little bit more of a fold here. And notice I'm keeping my back nice and straight first. You can come down and get a nice lower back stretch, but this will really get the hamstrings and hips really engaged in that fold. Inhale. Exhale. As you fold, think, can I come lower? Just using my core, engaging the core even in a fold. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, we'll halfway rise. Place our right hand on the mat, kind of in front of our face. Maybe if you have a block or something nearby, you can put yourself on that, or a book or something. I know not everyone's got a block. And then bringing your left hand onto your left hip, turning your body to the left, and your left hand comes up and overhead. You want to make sure you're not twisting with the hips, twisting just with the spine. Your gaze, your gaze can come to your left thumb. Now your arm can maybe come just to here, and that's fine, or maybe even here. But whatever your body opens up to is perfect, because it's just about a spinal twist here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, bringing the left hand to the left hip. And then we'll kind of scooch this right hand all the way over to the right. You can bring that right hand onto your thigh, if that works, or onto the calf, or the foot, or the outside of the foot, whatever your body feels right in. And then engaging that arm, pulling a little bit, and then exhale, bringing that left arm up. Kind of a different twist here, and maybe a little bit more on the right shoulder blade. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming up out of that twist, bringing the right hand back to the mat. Exhale, left hand replaces the right, and then we'll place the right hand on the hip, twisting our chest to the right. My hair is falling out. Gaze is going to the right. Then maybe you bring your right arm up and overhead, gazing at that right thumb. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale in your twist. And exhale. Bringing your right hand back to your hip. And again, scooching that left hand over to the right. Maybe it comes onto the thigh, the calf, or the foot. Everybody's body is different. Engaging the bicep, maybe pulling a little bit, and then bringing that right arm up and overhead. And again, you might feel this really nicely in the left shoulder blade. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bringing the right hand back to the hip. Left hand comes back underneath you. Inhale here, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We'll stay here for a moment. So we're going to bring our feet together. Options are to slowly step them together, which is perfect. Or have a little fun with it, pushing into your hands and jumping your feet together. So lots of options here, nice and fun. My hair is getting all over the place. And then we'll do a little bit of outer hip workout. So you'll grab onto your right foot with your pinky peace fingers onto that right toe, hooking around, and then the left or the right thumb kind of holds it in. Yogi toe walk is what that's called. Or you can bring your hand around the right foot. So options. And so maybe you keep your hand, your left hand, on your calf. Maybe you bring your left hand down onto the mat on a block in maybe a real yoga studio, or all the way to the ground. You're going to press into the left foot and the left hand. You're going to slowly lift that right foot up. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to lift it out and up to the right. And it can come just right off the mat, that's perfect, or as high as your body will allow it. Inhale. And exhale, we'll lower back down, both hands to the mat, bending slightly in both knees, giving the hips a little bit of a massage. Inhale. And exhale, we'll find stillness. Our left hand is either going to grab onto the foot or yogi toe walk with the left toe. Right hand, wherever it works for you. And then we're going to start to put weight onto the right foot and right hand, lifting the left foot just slightly. Finding that focal position will be a lot easier. Inhale. Exhale, lifting that left leg up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, lowering it. And bringing a bend to each knee, giving yourself a pat on the back, because that was a really challenging little exercise there. Inhale. And exhale, we're going to come back into a wide-legged fold. So you can do easy step out, or you can have a little fun, hands on the mat, a little spring into a wide leg. Inhale. Exhale. And from here, we're going to go into frog. So slight bend in the knees, hands on the mat, and you can slowly come forward. Slight bend in the knees lower, coming forward, 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 until gently the knees rest down on the mat. So a nice wide knees, and then you kind of want to have your leg at a 90-degree angle, or if it feels better for your body type, maybe you have your feet together. Some people prefer that. So wherever you are for your frog position is perfect. Inhale. And exhale. You can bring your elbows down onto the mat or stay up on your hands. Inhale. Exhale. This is going to be a nice stretch in the inner thigh. Inhale. Don't worry, we'll get the outer thigh later. Exhale. And inhale, we'll slowly come back onto our hands if we're not already there. And then we'll slowly inch the knees back together, being very careful to not overdo it. Inhale. Exhale. From here, we can hands and knees, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, small bend in the knees. Gaze between your hands and your feet and step your feet a little wide, coming into a little squat. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, we'll slowly start to rise up to stand. Inhale. So if you have a dancer's, if you're familiar with dancer and you know that you don't want a wall or anything like that for dancer, that's totally cool. But if you know that you want a wall, we'll go ahead and come to a wall. If you're coming to a wall, bring your left side closer to the wall because we're going to do the right leg first. So whatever you need for dancer, perfect. So we'll start to bring a weight into our left foot. If you're coming to a wall, please go ahead and place your left hand on the wall. And then we'll inhale, bring our right knee into our chest. And this is just to start that balance, finding that Drishti focal position. Exhale, keeping the leg bent, bringing the knee back, again, hip width apart. And then you'll have your right arm out, kind of like you're holding a tray. And maybe you just stay here, that's perfect. Or maybe you reach back, grabbing a hold of that right foot. Deep hip flexor stretch, inhale. Exhale, maybe you kick that foot into the hand. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you lift the left arm up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you tip forward, finding your dancer pose. Inhale. Exhale. You guys look great, and so does Alfred. Inhale. It's a lot easier if you have something non-moving to focus on, and that will really help you stay kind of grounded in that left leg. Inhale. Exhale, slowly starting to lower the right knee back down, releasing the foot, and then switching over to the other side of the wall if you're using the wall, and then you can kind of bend one knee at a time, move your hips a little left and right. You can sway your arms if your arms are feeling a little tired. Kidney taps. Inhale. Exhale, loving the dogs. And inhale, finding stillness. So now our left knee is going to come back, so we'll want to have the wall on the right side if you're using it. Inhale here, rooting into the right leg. Exhale, strong in that foot. Inhale, the left knee comes into the chest. Engage the core. Exhale, the knee stays bent, and you bring it down, pushing down, pointing down to the ground. Exhale, left hand grabs onto the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, kicking into that left foot or the left hand. And then maybe bringing the right arm up and overhead, finding your Drishti focal point and kicking that leg up to the sky or just back behind you, or bringing it closer to your head for more of a king dancer. Inhale. Exhale. Having some fun in it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale slowly, lowering that knee back down. Bringing your right arm back down, letting go of your left foot. And then you can do kidney taps. You can bend one knee at a time, kind of relax your ankles a little bit. Maybe that was a lot of work on your ankles. So whatever feels nice, maybe grab a little sip of water. Maybe dab a little sweat. Sometimes balance poses really kind of takes it out of you. So we wanted to find a wall. So another reason for a wall is because I wanted to do camel today. So I'll talk really, really quickly about camel. Camel is a deep back bend. With camel, you'll be on your knees. You want to make sure your hips are pressed forward, and when you reach back, you're not kind of compensating here, not hurting your knees and not crunching into your back. That's why I've been really focusing on straightening the back up and then bending over. So if you want to use a wall, you absolutely can. So you come up to a wall like this. So your feet against the wall, knees on the ground. If you ever had blocks and you wanted to use the blocks, you could always do that with your knees on the ground, blocks nearby. Or if you don't have either option, you can just tuck your toes and stay here in camel. So whatever option works for you, we'll do that. So inhale, knees are hip width apart, and then exhale. We're going to slowly bring our hands behind us, like you're putting them in the back pockets of your jeans. Your elbows are together, shoulders are rolled back. And even right here, this probably feels like a really good chest opener. Again, thinking of spine long. Inhale, maybe pushing your hips a little forward. Exhale, maybe you get a little bit of flexion. Inhale. Exhale, maybe you come onto one of your blocks. Maybe you come onto the other block. Maybe you reach your right heel and then your left heel. Maybe your toes were untucked. All options are great. You can keep your head up, or if it works for you, you can bring your gaze all the way to the back. Big throat opener here. Inhale. Exhale. Again, pressing your hips forward. Inhale. Exhale. If you're holding onto your heels, slowly, one at a time, bringing your hands back to the back pockets. Exhale, gaze comes back to neutral. Inhale, untucking the toes. Exhale, slowly, slowly, coming back into child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, coming back up onto your knees. And we'll do that again. So if you feel like you want to come a little deeper, you want to have your toes untucked, everybody's body is a little bit different. Or maybe you don't want to go as deep this time. You're like, that was a lot, because this is a very, very challenging pose. So again, coming back onto the knees. We'll inhale, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, placing the hands in the back pockets of your imaginary jeans, elbows together, spine long. As you exhale, pushing your hips slightly forward, staying above your knees. Gaze comes up, and maybe you hold onto your heels, pushing up. Maybe you release your neck all the way back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, bringing one hand at a time back to your hips, coming slowly, slowly out of it, bringing your gaze back to neutral, and then coming down onto your hands and knees, bringing your knees wide this time, pushing back into a wide-legged child's pose. Again, being very slow with this because you're bending your back the opposite way, and it needs a little time to warm back up. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale as we rise back up. Exhale, crossing our ankles, sitting back, and bringing our legs out long into a staff pose. So a staff pose, if you're ever feeling like you're about to fall or anything like that, just know that this is a big core and hip flexor strength. Also hamstring flexibility. So if you feel like you're coming back, just bending the knees a little bit, bringing your core, your stomach towards the top of your thighs, and that'll really help out, because if you don't have the hamstring flexibility, no need to push it. So wherever you are on your Dandasana staff pose, you'll take that posture. Inhale, little core exercise. Exhale. And inhale, slowly starting to bend the knees one at a time. Knees are a little wide. And then eventually, peace fingers wrap around the toes or hands around the feet. And then we'll bring the heels in a little bit more. And maybe you'll start to find that balance pose like you would be in boat or a pike. Inhale here. Exhale, maybe lift your feet up so your knees are kind of brought together. Your calf is parallel with your mat. Inhale, engage the core. Exhale, maybe straighten out the legs, finding that drishti focal point. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale here. Exhale, maybe you bring the legs wide to a nice wide-legged boat pose. Bound. Inhale. Exhale. If you fall, no big deal. It's just us in our living room. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you release. Stay up just for a moment. And then slowly bring your legs back down. And we'll meet in a wide-legged seat. Inhale here. And exhale. When we fold, think first of not bringing your body down with your biceps, but lowering your body down with your core as you fold. Inhale. Exhale, engaging the feet, protecting the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe now you want to come a little lower, so you grab onto your feet. You bring yourself down a little bit lower, but this is just keeping the core engaged throughout the fold. Inhale. Exhale here. And inhale, we'll bring that left elbow closer to that left thigh or on top of that left calf or thigh. So whatever works for you. Inhale. We're kind of in a little bit of a side body stretch now to the left. Exhale. Maybe you're bringing your right arm up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Nice side body stretch. You could always come all the way down, hooking onto that left foot with your right hand, and then pulling your body kind of underneath the elbow. Nice and cute. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. And inhale, we'll bring that right arm up. If it's down, we're coming up into our seated wide-legged seat. And then exhale, bringing our right hand down, whatever works for your body. Maybe this side is a little more flexible, a little less flexible. Bringing our left shoulder up, opening up our chest. Exhale, folding. Inhale, bringing that left arm up and overhead. And exhale, finding that fold. Again, if you want to grab onto the toe, keeping that left hip down as you pull your body underneath, always an option, but this works just as fine. Biggest thing is getting that lateral flexion of the spine. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale in the fold. Inhale, left arm up, rise, engage the core. Left arm's coming back down. And then a little bend in the knees, bringing your right leg down to the mat, and it's kind of like a half pigeon right now, or pigeon. And then your left leg, bringing that on top of the right. If this is too much, straighten that right leg out, and that's perfect. So if you're able to come into sort of that double pigeon or fire log pose, your left foot is on top of your right knee, and your left knee is on top of your right foot. So this is a deep outer hip stretch. If you have a gap here, you can always put something there. And yeah, so just finding a strong core here. As you find this seat, inhale here, keeping the feet flexed, protecting the knee, and exhale, maybe you fold. Maybe you just fold a millimeter, maybe don't fold at all, because the most important thing with yoga is just knowing your body. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, pressing back. Exhale, placing that left leg back down on the mat, right leg on the mat, knees wide. You can have your hands behind, and then a little windshield wiper to the left, a little windshield wiper to the right, bringing your knees back up to the sky, having your knees kind of come together, kiss a little bit. It feels pretty nice on the lower back here. And then inhale, we'll do the other side. So correct me if I'm wrong, we'll place the left leg down this time, the right leg on top. So if you're taking this straight leg, we'll have the left leg straight. Awesome, I'm not seeing any waves of panic that I did the wrong leg. So now it's gonna be a little bit more of an intense stretch on the right side hip flexor, outer hip, excuse me. So wherever you are in your fire log, making sure your feet are flexed, and then inhale here, strong in the spine, strong in the core. Exhale, maybe you fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale in your fold or your fire log. Inhale, pressing yourself back up, picking up the right leg, bringing that foot nice and wide, left leg, foot nice and wide, hands behind. And again, we'll windshield wiper one way. And inhale, we'll windshield wiper to the other direction. Exhale, knees back up to the sky. And now we'll go and do some legs up the wall. So this will be just a nice way to, you can do this for 7 to 8 minutes. You can do this for a Shavasana. So I'll talk a little bit about legs up the wall in general. So you'll find a wall, and when you come up to the wall, you're gonna want to kind of come up into like a little bit of a distance from the wall. If you have really tight hamstrings, you don't want to have your butt all the way up against the wall. In fact, you want to have it a little bit farther away, and maybe you want to come up on some padding. So whatever you feel for your hamstrings, bringing your legs up to your butt up to the wall, and then lying down on one side, and then bringing either your legs are bent or straight, and then straightening them out onto the wall. So here, again, if this feels too much, you could always just kind of push against, scoot back, and then maybe that's a nicer hamstring stretch. So if you want to take legs up the wall or have any questions with that, it's just one of my favorite ways to really go through an inversion. Inversions are great because they get the blood to flow the opposite direction. Because I started a new Zoom meeting, we're at 30 minutes, but I'm allowed 40. So I'm going to time us for a 3-minute Shavasana. If you don't want to take a 3-minute Shavasana, that's okay. You can always just sign out early. So if you don't want to take legs up the wall for 3 minutes, you can always come down and find a corpse pose Shavasana. That works just as fine. So wherever you are, we'll all get into either legs up the wall or Shavasana, and I'll start the time now. Your hands can be on your hips or out long beside you. Your legs can be straight up, or you can maybe have a little bit of a wide leg depending on your flexibility. And now your breath, you just kind of want to release the breath and let it flow naturally. Finding a nice deep inhale. And exhale, we'll start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Inhale, maybe circling the wrists, circling the ankles. And inhale, grabbing onto the legs will help guide our knees in towards our chest. Feet are on the wall if you're still in legs at the wall. And exhale, coming onto your left or right side, resting on the bicep of the lower arm. Inhale, pressing into the mat with the higher arm, coming back up to a comfortable seated position, or staying up, legs up the wall, whatever is perfect for you. We can bring our feet back to where we started today's class. Again, focusing a lot on hip openers and hip flexors. Inhale here, exhale, and inhale, bringing your hands to heart center. Exhale, namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and sticking it out with me and Zoom. Let me know if you have any questions.